Welcome to Rain and Blue and White. I'm your host, Robert. This is the place where we talk about Penn State and college football in general. Our main goal here is to cut the bull and be as versatile as a lean defense and as versatile as a pro-style offense. Let's get rolling. Okay. Yesterday's games, quite interesting. Things I didn't even expect to happen actually did happen. The wild card games especially. That was because of the rules I set up with the wild card games. Because let's start with the first, pretty much noon games, which were pretty much Florida and Kentucky and Penn State and Northwestern. I wanted to double check on my because I've written it down and everything. Let's see, the Florida and Kentucky game. This was just starting off the day off with a good one, a 33-14 victory, which my spread prediction was a 13 to 20 point spread, which they hit the 19, 1 point off from getting the high end of my spread prediction, which that's my first W today. Then the Penn State game. This was quite interesting. I was watching this. I'm like, first half of the game. I'm just going to cut through it and just go right into the Penn State game right now since it's another noon game. I'm like so frustrated at the beginning of that game. I'm like, Drew, what the heck is wrong with you? Slight overthrows, but the only difference was I noticed they were throwing it into the windows, good windows and everything. It was just that it was like, what the heck? Did Northwestern slip a drug in your drinks? And they were expecting to give it, they hoped that the defense was going to get it? Well, the defense didn't get it, but obviously the offense actually looked very sluggish at the beginning of this game. But they turned it on after the second half. Started to begin. But the only bad thing is Allen, our second running back out of our two running back tandem of Allen and Singleton. Allen didn't come back out for the second half. He didn't play a single snap after the halftime. But Singleton, he started getting him. Also, people were like, oh, Singleton caused the fumble. Yeah, that was on special teams. Still, we're not turning over the ball offensively in general, just on special teams and things like that. So that game ended in a 55-49 victory, which I said a 3 to 24 point spread, which was a 6 point victory. So that's the first wild card game victory of the day on that. So that gives you an idea of what I was thinking right after those first two games. The next game was Kansas versus Texas. This one's a rough and wild one. I said that a 7 to 21 point spread on that game. Boy, did I regret that. I was watching that game too. Didn't hear the news until the game that Kansas quarterback was out. I'm like, oh, crap. This is going to start looking even worse than I thought it was going to be. Because I thought, oh, this will keep it close. Will be a 7 to 21 point spread. Well, they blew that out of order with a 26 points victory. So it was pretty much 40 to 14, which gave me a loss on that. I'm like, I have to take that one on the chin. But at least I have one victory from the wild card that I could replace it, but I'll wait and see what else happens. Because you never know what's going to happen. So now let's get to the next game, which was the South Carolina versus Tennessee. I said that would be a 7 to 17 point spread. This one was a little odd because I've not seen either South Carolina or Tennessee. Oh yeah, I forgot. Texas won and Kentucky won in that, and Penn State won on that. I forgot to mention who won those games. This game, Tennessee definitely won this game, but it blew out my spread prediction with a 41 to 20 victory, which that was a 21 point spread, which I said was a 7 to 17 point spread. I have to dig a little bit deeper into these teams next time on that. Then, oh, goody, my favorite team. I love giving spread predictions for West Virginia. West Virginia, I love you. Even when Golden Blue Dude was around, I even said the one game they're going to win that. It's going to be a 3 point victory. And at the end, I'm like, look what I said in the beginning. At the beginning, Golden Blue Dude, he was like, "You were right, a 3 point victory." Some weird reason, I have a good touch with West Virginia. West Virginia versus TCU. This was a victory too for West Virginia. I said this would be a 3 to 23 point spread. This was funny. 24 to 21. 3 points. Exactly on the 3-point line on my lowest part. I'm like, man, I should have just said 3 points on it. But oh well. But it was a victory. So now I'm 2-2 right there on that. Then we also have the next game. Alabama, Mississippi State. I said this was going to be a 7-14 point spread. Well, the game ended 40-17. Alabama win. I'm like, forget Alabama after this. I thought that would be just as. I guess Alabama's offense came out to play yesterday, because they were not scoring like this before. I'm scratching my head because I didn't watch the game. I didn't want to watch it. I'm like, this is not going to be good. Because I saw him in the Texas game. It was not very great. So I'm like, oh, give it time. Now we get to the LSU Ole Miss game, which was running at pretty close the same time. This one was a 55-49 win for Ole Miss, which my spread prediction was 3-24 point spread, which was they hit 6 points. I'm like, good. Now I have 2 games I can remove off if I need to. So now we get down to the last game. This one was really late, and it was in my time zone, which is, since I live in Texas, so it's like the central time zone. I'm like, oh, this is going to end at midnight or later, which it did, which was the Washington-Arizona game, which was, I said, a 7-23 point spread. I was keeping up on my phone looking. I was not going to watch the game because it was like, it's too late. I don't want to watch it, but I can keep track of it at least. The score was 31-24, and it was 7 points exactly on the nose. Another victory. So that makes it 3-3. Now you remove 2 games because the wild card games removed some to the bad games. That pretty much the only reason is because you didn't expect it, like Texas and the Alabama game. You didn't expect those things to happen. So now, instead of it being 3-3, now it is 5-1. 5-1. Making sure I said that correctly. But next week's slate is going to be quite interesting. I'm going to call this week, because I already have all the games picked out for next week. I'm going to call it Red River Week. Since I live in Texas, let's call it Red River Week. Penn State is off this week, so because this coming week, Penn State's off, so I'm going to have to switch over to Texas for this week because, of course, my puppy's a Texas fan. So, but that's going to be the first game of the slate. I'm going to give that away right now. It'll be the Red River rivalry, so it's going to be Red River Week on that. For the game predictions, they're going to be going down the Red River because it starts off with the first game on that slate is the Red River rivalry with Oklahoma and Texas. So let's go. Make sure like, subscribe, and comment, and also follow me on X. And we are Penn State, and everyone else, lock and load.